Okay.
Cool. So recording in progress, please accept. This recording won't be public. It's internal use only, as usual. So with the kind of let's start the season with a lovely and long kickoff meeting, because we have really a lot of agenda points. And some of them are informative and some of them are decision-making, or some are just like for your information. So first of all, we have a change in the department, and we have a new person on team, and she's sitting next to Marty, and her name is Krista, and she will be our fundraiser, especially on the EACA and EYF department, so the so-called core grants of United. And Krista, if you would just briefly introduce yourself for those that are not here, and also for those that are here.
Hi, I'm Cristina Gessun. I'm a teacher in special education, and I was involved in the Foundation of Subjective Values, I don't know, a few years ago, and I'm on the committee that checks finances. But I have never been involved in the work of United Against Racism, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, and same here. My former experience with Krista is really good, so I was very happy when Marty proposed you. So I'm looking forward to continue working on this. And yes, and within HR, there is not much else. We'll talk about the interns. I didn't put it on the agenda point because it's a little bit connected to what Debbie is talking about, but we are on it. So I think when we have updates on this, Ponka and I will go through also the recent nominations, and then the departments will interview them. But Ponka, I see your hands up, so tell me.
Yeah, I hope my background is not too noisy and you can hear me. So just one thing that, yeah, there's one applicant that probably Neringa is going to interview, and I guess you are in touch with Debbie about one intern or to advertise internship for the comm department, and I think we also need one for the project. So yeah, and we don't have any nominations, so it's just the info through in, and then we can talk about it later.
Yeah, my question is like there were some people who said they want to come from September or from next year. So just to go through this list, because I also have this experience that some people say I want to start in, I don't know, November, but in the meantime life changes, and then we think they are coming, but they actually not. So to reach out to all of them and to look through, this is what I meant.
The thing is that there was one girl, you know, who sent her application during the summer with the short time interest or short period interest. And when I asked her if she's available from September or for a longer period, she never replied. And there was another girl applying, I think springtime, and Debbie wanted to hire her. And so I reminded Debbie that there was this girl and she should talk to her again, what's going on. So there are a few names in the hat, I would say, but yeah. It's not a lot. So I think if we need people, we should advertise it at this point.
Yeah, Debbie and I will do it on LinkedIn, and we are on it. So I will push and spend a little money on this, and then hopefully get a couple of interns. You remember the last time we also got like 20, 30 people nominating through LinkedIn. So it was even an abundance of nominations, but we choose only a very few that were good candidates. Okay, cool. I also wanted to do a quick check-in, but it's really important because I mean, all of us met during the summer on different occasions. So I was more curious about Neringa and Debbie, about their issues or how they are doing, but I will do this with them separately so we can check this out. And then this is the point what Tamara already mentioned about the new office arrangement. So the office is not yet completely ready. There is some painting to be done, but it's according to schedule. So it's going to be ready next week, Monday onwards. That's what I know. Marty, correct me if I'm wrong.
Actually, on Saturday, they finished the painting and the wall. On Sunday, there will be the cleanup. So I say from Monday, we can use fully and find out what to put where in the room. But now I enjoy this country management settings. I have a big table in the middle of the room.
Yeah, he's the only one in the office of Menta, so that's why he enjoys it. And his desk is seated in front of the door, so you can not really go into the room without passing Marty.
He's a receptionist.
Yes. Look, I told him he looks like more like a tanácselnök, but yes.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add that, so I had this agenda point for a few months now in here in the list, because I had this suggestion that once it's ready, we could have like an office, I don't know, arrangement, team building thing. So it's just to let you know that I think we all could help. Like, so it's not only on Tamara or Marty or whatever, but we can all help to arrange and decorate whatever. So if you need the team, I think we could do it together. It's just
I'm all in. Problem is next week I'm in Barcelona, so exactly the time when I could be part of this, I'm not here.
Yeah, but maybe next week, I don't know, Tamara and Marty could figure out what is needed, they buy it, and then to arrange the whole thing, we could do it
we
together.
should figure out together that how many desks we will need and anything else. So maybe we should meet in the office next week or wait for Balint and then do it.
Don't wait for me. So I delegate this to you because I trust your opinions way more than mine.
Okay.
From my side, you have my vote. That's
also, Vicky mentioned earlier that she would be happy to help with this. So it's Tamara for you, just for your information, that there are more people interested in.
Yeah, okay. Well, next week, only Tuesday is not good for me. All the other days are empty, so we can find out anything.
Okay, I trust you in this. And whatever you need, and if you have a question about this, you will reach me. But it's going to be quite a heavy meeting in Barcelona, so I will be only really available at night. Okay.
Then we'll call you at 2 a.m.
Yes,
if you have any questions.
Yes, please. Thank you. So then the next one will be software for United, because during the pandemic, I bought a couple of them, and they are all like kind of going off, and we need to talk about this, Marty, a little bit. And we still have this Microsoft account issue that NGOs could buy because we need Word. And my Word, which I paid for, is off in October. So just to go through this list, who needs what again, and then to really apply through the Microsoft and to get this cheap Windows and Adobe. We also need, but we have to also decide what type of programs we want to have, because Adobe Acrobat is really necessary, I think. And I only have this online version, but to merge PDFs and the digital signature, and I really use it a lot. So I would anyway need one. So to have a list and then to go through them and pay for it. That's what is on the agenda. Is this clear, or do you have questions? Yeah. Talk.
We should collect together. I mean, is it only you who needs more software or updates or prolongation? I mean, if you have already, just they are expiring, so probably then they are sending you a message what to do.
Yes, they do, but the problem is it's way more expensive. So the Microsoft package is around 100,000 forint if you buy it as an individual, and it's like 10, 15,000 if you buy it as an NGO. And of course, we can downsize the package, but it's still triple price. So, you know, even if you buy less things, it still costs more. So that's why this NGO registration is the issue in Microsoft. In the other ones, I can prolong. And there I have also the Canva account issue to have a pro account. We prolonged the Zoom, so that's fine. That's not an issue. And there was one more. So yeah, I will write a list about this, but it's also open for the group. So if anyone thinks we need a pro account in this and that, then please write it into this software for United. Okay, here we can list it in Asana, and then we agree and prolong and check how much they cost.
And if you have a subscription, you can't change the name or anything.
Yes, that's the problem. The Microsoft account is now officially on my son's name. Because it was his computer and he took the data from the computer when I needed it. Like I really urgently needed it, and then so it's under his name now. But whatever. Let's look into this a bit later. Okay. Then we have these summer books. I mean, she's not here, but I sent this email to a couple of you to check. Marty did respond. Debbie hasn't, but I hope she will. She has more like these taste issue questions, like how does it look like? And then Hert gave us this feedback on listing the, for example, the address and a lot of other things. And we are in progress with these books, and they will also need some time in our social media agenda. This is again a note for Debbie. When do we publish them, and also when do we print some? But for the conference, I think we should print some. So to have like at least I don't know, a dozen of the ready ones. And what I'm talking about, which books and what some are, this is just the information. So we want to republish a couple of United original material, because they were made during the 90s and also during the 2000s. And many of them don't have a digital version, so they are scans of paper. And the language, the imagery, the data on it, like, for example, the old website address and things like this. So we want to kind of redo them and then publish them as content, and they are part of the ARTSEA project as well. So just a note for Krista that this is also something that we promised to the donors, because these information leaflets are old school anti-racism leaflets that have a lot of valued content.
And we should get back to her by tomorrow or Monday, because that's what we promised. So
that was the deadline. I spoke to her a little bit, and we got back already on the things. The only one I miss is Deborah and the fine taste issue, like the coloring, the how does it look like? Because we work more on the content and the logistics of it, like what website address and what shall be on it. But if it looks good or not, I don't know. Like that's not my talent to decide. But that's all. And then we can publish the first one soon. Good. Then grants. So I was partner in a so-called SERV application, the CRV. This is the new name for the generic big centralized Brussels grants, formerly called Fundamental Rights Cause or Citizens Cause. This is now the new name for it, Citizen Equality Rights and Values or something like this. And we submitted a new one. With Subjective, I will submit in October a small scale partnership for the Living Library project. And during the summer, we submitted another one. Marci also submitted one. So we didn't stop producing grants for the next year. When I put the among the ongoing projects and the application one. So if anyone is interested, what did we submit from my side? It's under that. And Marty, please also make the if you have the data from this United for Europe application, just the basic summary which you put in, so that we remember, because I had this many times that we submitted a project and when we got it, I already had no clue what was it about, because we submit so many and 1.5 years ago. So it's good to remember what was in the project. But this time you wrote it, so you remember. But you know what I mean.
Okay.
And the next deadline we have is going to be the EYF deadline for the structural grant and the work plan, but we will not submit again a work plan, I believe, in October, right, Marci? We will not.
It's a matter of discussion, actually. I mean, right now I don't remember by heart that the one which was refused last time did they say that we can reapply because
we didn't submit work plan. We submitted work plan, but was Panka submitted one for the Akos department. I don't know, Panka, what was the result? I mean, I don't know that they said no, but did they say resubmission possible, or do you want to resubmit it?
To be honest, I think to resubmit it, it would require a lot of extra work to rewrite it. And I think there was, something. I think when you open the platform, there is this table with all the submitted projects, and I think there is one thing mentioned to not to resubmit it or something like that. I have no idea, but the plan is that we don't have a plan. So I don't think
because it was Akos department, so I don't know what's your strategy. That's why I'm asking. But if you don't submit it, that's totally fine by me. This with the work plan, Marci, we have always the problem that they don't go through while international activities do. So my idea is to rather again submit a small application, but we have one for next year for the spring conference. So it's not really urgent. We don't need this money. I mean, it's funny to say that, but it's true. So we don't really need extra money.
Actually, it costs more usually than indirectly at least, because so I just had a look. It's not possible to resubmit actually. They told that you shall not resubmit. I actually okay, I don't want to discuss too much, but I don't get the point why it is how to say banned to resubmit.
EYF. Nobody knows.
Refuse again if they don't like it. But
yeah, exactly. Because if you
same. I don't understand. If you correct your mistakes, whatever, then why not? It's whatever.
Let's not start this because you know my opinion. If EYF doesn't know what they are doing, that's the reason. Okay, good. I mean, it's full of people that don't know this sector, so they are not understanding NGOs really.
So back to the basic question. It will be the structural grant what we are applying, and Krista needs to discuss some questions about the narratives and objectives. So I don't know if it's only you, Balint, who has an idea that what we are doing concerning youth policies and objectives, or is
Neringa has also some. The Neringa can have an input on this, but I think that part is a very specific part in the application. So when we get there, I will ask her vision. And basically, the structural grant is very much about the future of the ATIA. So I think it would be great to prepare Krista with the logic that this will be also submitted to the ATIA. Like not the same application, but the same content or the same, logic. So I will help her in this, and I'm on it with her. That's and she has all the access to the previous applications. I will give her the prior structural grants application, so she will have quite an easy overview.
Sure, and I can help with the part on the policy, but maybe if just ideally to share a bit in advance, so then I can also start thinking about how to formulate.
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, we have these typical agenda points like the more protection for civil society, more connection with social media, no hate speech things. So there are these clear policies we have already, but it's a question about the agenda of the youth policies. Like this is what you know more, like where this goes. And we can talk about the Brown process or the democratization of youth or countering populist narrative on youth, because for example next year the narrative conference in Torino is also about digital competence of young people. So I think this is the area that we could have a structural grant around, and EYF and the Council of Europe is now doing this democracy reloaded topic. So this would be probably what they want to hear, that we try to make young people like democracy again. So this is the very simply put definition of what Council of Europe likes to see. So if you want to win the grant, then we have to also reload democracy and reload it into the young people's mind. So that's the direction. Yeah, and then the how is a question, and there we have this digital competence and education and anti-racism work. So that's basically what United always does, but phrase it in that way that it's about this, that young people like democracy again, and they participate and they're active and they make political parties and revolutions if they know. Okay, that's the vision. Cool, thanks. Then, yeah, the campaign email is not on you. We have the projects. So we have a lot of projects ongoing. One of them is kind of over. This and that is happening. We just had a meeting with the other Pop Krista in the IPEC meeting, so that is also going on, and we will get money, Tamara. So that is also officially promised that on Friday we get it. And from the refugee people, we will also get it, as what I wrote, and the Art2Com also. Question is the SAID project. Like, did you manage to write? Because we need this claim form that I sent you.
I will go tomorrow in the office because I couldn't get there right now. But tomorrow I will definitely go and get the papers and I will fill it.
They are not desperate to send us the money, but the earlier we do it, the earlier we get.
Of course, but in that contract we can see the new amount, so that's why I need those papers.
Exactly. Okay, good. So you're on it. Then the monitor people want me to write something which I'm half done with. That's fine. Then we have a meeting. We just had it in Greece on the refugee. And that is also, I know that I will have to work on the contents a little bit more. Then we started the discussion with the EYF pilot people, and that is also now quite on its track. So I think these are like, they are all pushed forward. And then we will see if there is any problem, I will let you know. And we had this meeting in Palermo and Sicily, so the SAID people are done. The next mission there is that they decided that they will have a professional working on escape rooms. The SAID project is creating virtual and physical escape rooms to educate digital literacy for young people. So you go into an escape room and then you have to solve puzzles, but all the puzzles are educational. And unfortunately, the meeting in Palermo didn't end up in results. It ended up in half-ready results. And so now we will have a professional that makes from those results something. And then the people who participated and other young people will get up to 5,000 euro, 4,500 euro to actually create escape rooms. So I think we can keep some of this money for the team and we design these. And then we ask also the young people's opinion on it. That's one strategy. Or the other is that we outsource all the money and tell them this is all what you have for budget, and then work out your escape room. So this is something that we'll have to talk, but I think Panka and I will come up with an idea or solution about this, just to let you know. But it was nice in Palermo. Yeah, this is the next one, which is yeah, okay. If anyone has questions, please ask. So that's always like this. Then we have the de-radicalization conference. So United has to organize a larger scale conference in Budapest this year. And the topic would be the prior projects of United and subjective on de-radicalization. We have a couple of them done and we want to share this content. So I created the drive folder for it, and also I have a program for it. But yesterday, Martin and I discussed to push it from October to November because he's also more available there, and maybe we have time for the preparation. So I know, Tamara, you are already discussing with Ben-Zur about the dates, and now comes I don't know how to say, the bad news that we might postpone this whole thing a month. Yeah, it probably makes more sense.
The problem is that they won't have any space because until the end of November, they didn't have enough rooms, and also the conference rooms were all booked. This was the only week which pushed this beginning or middle of October that we can have both hotel rooms and conference rooms and everything, because from that point until the end of November, like 27th or something, they have no available space.
Mm-hmm.
And just today I asked her, because she didn't send me any invoice or anything for to pay or to book the conference rooms, but she didn't respond yet.
Okay. So what do you
Because it
think,
was
Martin?
kind of, I was begging to her to get us space for these dates.
I know.
And what about the end of November? So actually, yeah, to see the options first before we make any big decisions. So if there are options, then late
Well, I can ask,
November.
because what she said, that it was that the earliest date would be 27th of November from Monday, but maybe since then it's already booked, so I don't know. That was like weeks ago when we
Or maybe there was
tried to book.
cancellation. That's also possible.
Yeah, well, I don't think so, because it's not about the hotel rooms, but the rooms, and there are already, they already booked it and paid it like in summer.
Mhm.
So they are definitely will go there. And also we talked about it with Balin, that they can only give accommodation only for about 30 people. So we will need to get people living in Hungary or Budapest. It doesn't matter if they're Hungarian or not, but living in Hungary. So because we can only accommodate about 30 people among these 70 or 75.
And by the way, I never got the final budget, just to know, like just a note. So I don't
Because she didn't send it to me, because
Yeah,
she
I know,
said
I
she
know,
will
I
get
know,
back.
I know.
I know the room prices, I know the food and everything, and I ended up about 18,000 euros, but that didn't include the coffee breaks or something. But that's a smaller amount. So let's say it's about 20,000 euros. And
Okay.
she also said that in December they will get more expensive, because the season is coming.
Oh.
So if we push it until the end of November, then we probably should pay more.
And Panka just wrote that there are also, and that's a way to go also, to look for alternatives of the bands.
I've tried, so I've checked many, but they are really expensive. So I couldn't find anything near to this amount. I will try, of course, but
I
Yeah,
can send you
Panka.
this contact, because so I first of all I started to talk to them because I heard that sometimes they rent these their former university rooms, basically, and rooms in the building, uh, sometimes even for free. I mean, I don't think they would rent for us for the conference for free, but maybe for a reduced price, or maybe it's possible to negotiate. And then our problem is only the food and the accommodation.
yeah, so Bentur was ideal because
Yeah,
we had everything
know
in
that.
one place. Okay, it will be a bit uncomfortable to tell this, so because I just sent her an email today.
I know, I'm sorry. And Marty, what do you think? Like, we cannot make it in October, so
I
despite
mean, it's also a question like, yeah, you shall not, it should not depend only on me. So if we say that, okay, we have already a good date, is it enough for us to do everything what we needed? So it's like 1 month from now.
Yes.
Yes. So I don't know, when did you plan to start to making a call for people or anything?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of nowish. So now that we are back to office,
maybe
that means-
next week or the day or then. But
next week. That's the plan. I mean, we usually have 6 weeks prior, so it should be now out, but
yes.
we didn't manage. So now that's also against making it in October, that we are not really ready for it. That's true.
Well, I can cancel, and I know that it will be a bit really uncomfortable because I was begging her and she did
I'm really
everything
sorry.
to give us some room, both accommodation and everything. So whatever, but I'm not sure that we can be there at that place.
Okay.
And then I don't know where these rooms are. What Panka said, is there a hotel nearby or whatever? I don't know.
That's EU office. So it's the Sasutca and the Basilica area.
Yeah.
Right, Panka? It's that one.
Well, nearby there are only expensive hotels. That's for sure. So.
Yes, exactly. It's better.
Okay.
But I will look for more. I found one here in Buda at Budaörsi út. It's also a conference hotel, but checking their prices, it was horribly expensive compared to Bentur. Maybe I can ask if they have room and for how much. What's the budget, the maximum budget we can spend on this?
Martin?
It's up to us, actually. I think we decided not to go over 30,000 in everything.
Okay.
Like we travel, all the meals. It should be, if it's less, it's better. So it's
we'll
we
have
shall not. So we don't need to spend all this 30,000, but definitely not more.
Okay, then I think we should start with setting the date. So if I know the dates, the final dates, and not changing anything, then I can start to look for some other places. I will ask Bentur, of course, if they have any available space on the new dates. If not, then we can go further.
I mean, I think the best would be after the symposium because Panka and I will be busy there. So the 20th of November onwards. For me, I think.
For me, it's fine. Just let me know if it's final and won't change.
Yes. From the 20th or the 27th, that's 2 weeks. So either the 20th week or the 27th.
Yeah, okay, I will ask Bentur because back then when we were talking that they said that from 27 they have rooms, but it might have changed. I don't know. I will ask.
Okay, thank you very much. Because if they have it from the 27th, then it would be a match made in heaven. Because
so 20 that week starting with 20 Monday. Or 27, right?
Yes.
Okay.
20th is a Monday and 27th is the Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
And 4 nights, 5 days.
The format is the same. Thank you.
And still, we should talk about how many people we want to accommodate, because that's the expensive 30. Part, the travel 30. Costs and the accommodation.
30.
So 30 remains. Okay.
That stays the same.
Okay.
And if we see that the budget doesn't fit for this, then of course we have to reevaluate. But
because this 20,000, I told you, it's only the hotel invoice. Yeah. We have to add the travel costs as well.
Yes, I know. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I mean that was the budget that we spent around 7,500 on the travel and 2,500 on materials and staff costs.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, petrol and paying the people who work on the conference. That was kind of the estimation.
Okay.
Because we will have some external experts presenting or staff to be flown in, because I also want Debbie to come, or if Neringa has time to come, because then we can have like an on-person staff meeting style and use their expertise on the conference at the same time. So two pigeons with one stone. So that's why for that we need extra budget.
Okay.
Cool. Then this is kind of over the big question. Then the delegation mail is something for Neringa. Is a question: do you have the delegation mail open, or shall I send you the things from delegation mail?
I'm wondering. So, is it with GoDaddy, right?
Sorry, is it with what?
Is it still with this GoDaddy email account? Is there a more user-friendly way to set it up?
I mean, you know, I mean, that's with Mentor. You mean the Yeah, I mean, you can set it. I mean, talk to them, because Mentor has this service paid by United. I mean, I asked them to do it. So they can link it with your Google account. They can create a separate account for it, or Microsoft account. So you can, it depends on how you use email, but a company mail is always like this. So I mean, you have to have some security server, blah, blah, connection with any company mail. No?
Okay, so maybe I'll speak with them, because I have Outlook and I use Gmail.
Yeah.
And if they could set, because in the past, but I think we tried only a few years ago, it was not very reliable, or there were some glitches. I think maybe they have improved.
Yeah, that was the old mail. The new mail is quite okay with
Okay.
Gmail.
Yes,
to
mine
my-
is also connected with Gmail and it's perfectly working. So
Yes. With Tamara, I
Okay.
never have a problem. I have problem with Marty's email sometimes that it bounces to me. But then
Oh,
we fixed it with Menta, so that is also not the case anymore.
Okay, so maybe then I'll speak with them
I
to.
liaison with you, so I write to Jolt and you, so that you go back to this loop.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Thanks. And if you need some info like password or whatever, then they know it. Okay. Cool. Then this is done. Then let's do the funny one, but this is Panka, Tamara, and me, so we can do it at the last bit with the Valbona and the Dia use exchange because I have some questions. Then the ACE meeting. I think now the ACE meeting is two ways, but this is then from now on with Krista, not with Marci and myself. So I think that we can agree to decide about the future. What do we do with ACE and also the reporting? If you need me for the reporting, you have these flow notes which I shared with you, Marci, and I explained what they mean. So I think for a start, we can work with this. And when you need me, we just book an appointment and let's do it. Okay? Any questions on this?
You shall definitely go through once, but yeah, you can find the best timing.
Okay, that's cool. And then the last one for today on my agenda is the visual for children policy. So, okay, Eunice is not here, David is not here, but basically we do have a children policy, but it's very like, how to say it, like amateur made. So I made it because we needed it for a project to send. So it doesn't look so good. So I will ask Eunice to make it nicer, and then we can upload it on the United website. Because now every European grant where you involve under 18 want to see your children policy. So that's why we need to have one on the website. Okay, there's a very minor thing, but I will send it to them. But they're not here today, so they will hear my voice from the recording. Okay. Does anyone have other agenda points and questions for today?
some contract is done, so you can maybe
Good.
have it.
Yes, I wanted to take it out. Cool.
Nice.
I have one question
Sure. Shoot.
that you mentioned in the email that in the next week or 2 weeks, in 2 weeks' time, we will have the staff meeting on Wednesday. And I saw that you changed in the calendar, but then every Wednesday we had staff meeting
No.
that I deleted. So I guess it was a mistake, but just to clarify.
Yes. So no, it will be only on once this because I'm in Spain on that day. So I have either flight. Yeah, I'm flying exactly that time. So that's
only
the only
next
one.
week it will be on Wednesday.
Yes. On the 20th, it will be
Okay.
2 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, clear.
And then from the week onwards, it will be back to Thursday. Also, we agreed Krista has her day off from her other chores and family matters on Thursday. So you can focus and concentrate that your Thursday is also a more united day. It's just next week I'm flying to Valencia. I'm flying to Valencia. So this week next week I'm going to Barcelona, and then the week after to Valencia. So I'm a lot in Spain now.
Where you spend your whole summer in Italy, now Spain is next.
Yeah, Spain. It's not on me, that's not my choice, but why not? I mean, Spain is nice, but I like Italy more. I'm sorry, Spain people, but what to do? Okay.
I have one question, but I mean, it's also for everyone in case you hear something. So as you know, we have our delegate in our board is currently, he's teaching at university in the UK, so he has his whole residence there, but we're having troubles getting him to Belgium, and Inar are having troubles for this. And, so he missed the annual general assembly, actually, where he got elected. So he was elected online. Now he missed the first board meeting in Spain. And there's another board meeting in November. I mean, he has told me that if it's not solved by January next year, like he doesn't know if he should stay on the board or not. Also because apparently legally, if the board approves some things and then later they're found to be legal, if you're on the board and you didn't object, you can be liable, and and he doesn't even get to participate in some meetings. So one of the ideas we discussed was to invite him to Hungary, maybe to plan B to a United meeting, but plan A in case you have ongoing projects with United on our partners that, also anyone here knows. And then we could invite him, and maybe Hungary will be easier to get appointment because Belgium is a nightmare to get appointment. Like it can take half a year, or you have to sit online like every day for a few hours and try to find that someone dropped out and to catch their appointments. So maybe like collectively, but primarily with Balint, we could try to organize to which activity we could invite, and then hope that Hungary gives him a longer period visa. And then after Hungary, he could go to Brussels for the board meeting. That should be around November 11.
Mart, do you have an idea on this, maybe, to how to make a UK person get a visa in Hungary?
But is he a UK national?
No, he's Pakistani national. That's why all the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first of all, it's again about cost. So because I don't know, even the cheap version still a number of money. We have to decide if there is an activity where somewhere he can attend and join or something. I don't foresee such one in my calendar. Just in this moment, I got an invitation to Germany. Maybe we can delegate him there.
Yeah, but the question is, I think, as far as I understand, that if he gets a visa to the EU, right?
Yeah,
And
because many, not all, they give a bit longer. But it could also happen that if he goes there, if some embassies are extra mean, they could give it the visa for him just for the activity. So we don't know, but fingers crossed. Sometimes they give 2 months, they can give 3 months. And it should be country that maybe is not as popular. For example, France is the hardest to get appointment because apparently everyone wants to go to France. Somehow I think Eastern Europe or Central might be a bit easier. So to just get the appointment, because the main challenge is just getting to meet the visa. He has the invitation to Belgium, right? It's just not possible to get an appointment with Belgian embassy. So we thought maybe there's some countries where it's easier. I don't know if Germany sounds like a country where it's easier, but maybe it's like Latvia or...
And can't he get
maybe
just a normal tourist visa, or no?
He needs invitation. Or, we could invite him, but it's still a lot of documentation, and you would still need to get appointment with the embassy. So it's still a whole process. So we're just thinking, what are the countries where less non-EU people needing visa want to go? So probably these are not like the West.
We can give an invitation for United Hungary for him. We can say that we expect him like every month for 2 years now. So, and let's see. I don't know if it's but that is I cannot promise that it's better than the Belgian one. So I don't know. It's just an expectation that it's easier in Hungary, but actually with this government it's not so obvious that
yeah, you remember that we had this Turkish girl. She also had many problems when she wanted to be our intern, because she got only a one entry visa. So if he, even within the Schengen, if he left Hungary, he couldn't come back. So she could only stay in Hungary. She couldn't leave the country for like a month, and then she got a new residence permit on, I don't know.
So that's a very good question. The best option should be that INAR is really handling this situation. As I remember your email, Balint, how to say, bringing this up, that they should support the non-EU citizens.
We even had a call with them. I mean, we had a 1-hour call with the director, and I think he's really trying. I don't know if he's like operationalizing his efforts, because I think at this point, the best effort would be to hire like a legal or someone, like some expert, because just like crowdsourcing, it's been challenging. So they didn't manage, like he didn't get to go to Spain. And they said at this point, all we can do is send you invitation letters. But then it's highly time consuming to, look for spots. So I don't know, like for example, apparently Lithuania can give quite long-term appointments, and it's easier to get the embassy, but Lithuania is so out of the way. But we could still, have him go there one way, stay a few days.
Well, I think, Marcy, you can give a try that you send an invitation, and then he can go to the Hungarian embassy in London.
I don't know if we give him some sort of job, is that not an option, Marty, if we somehow legalize him? Because now the government made very easy access for working visas for migrants. So I don't know if that's an option. I don't know.
It's not for everyone.
We will
it's
have
for the government's
It's only for
friends,
battery factories.
Yes, I know, but that's not the law.
Maybe
so
he should get a job there, so he will have a visa in the EU.
Yes, no, please don't. But you know what I'm like? Maybe we can use this type of advantage that they are now kind of. Okay, we will think about this, Naringa. Okay, we will think about this. What I could have imagined also, I can reach out to the United Network members that I trust a lot, and then to get invitation letters for him from many countries, and try it in 10. I know that it's a lot of time, effort, and all these things, but that's what we can still do, because we can invite him to Spain from another organization, or
Eastern countries like Slovakia or something.
Slovakia,
yeah.
both.
Spain is difficult. If we could do Eastern countries,
okay,
I think it's higher chance.
Good. Can you write
where the migrant routes are not going, right?
And then I can reach out to my contacts, if that would help, like a very basic email that I can send to people.
Okay.
For this.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Cool. Let's save Shab and get him into the EU. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Other topics?
No.
Cool.
You wanted to talk about this
Daja. Igen. Anka and Tamara and you. Then if no one has other topics, then thank you very much. And I congratulate everyone. We made it the longest staff meeting, but it was still a lot of topics. So it's cool. And then I will do the recording and send it to the team. And plus, then we discuss this last point, just the three of us. So for the rest, have a lovely week, and see you soon.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oké. Na, sziasztok. Igazából csak az a kérdésem, hogy láttam részben a levelezést, de nem mentem bele részleteibe, hogy most ott van valami, amit tennünk kell. Mert
nem, a banka
küldte
küldte azt, hogy ki kellett tölteni a banki adatot, azt visszaküldtem, gondolom, ha azt elküldi, akkor utalják a pénzt, de ott csak ilyen travel volt a...
Igen, ott csak annyi volt, hogy visszakapjuk, amit mi befektettünk, de hogy nincs ezzel más kérdés, nincs reporting.
Én
vagy
nem tudok róla, ezt a banka tudja megmondani, ezt a részét tudom.
De hogy az a kérdés, hogy te tudsz valamiről? Hogy van még valami feladatunk ezzel?
Hát figyelj, ugye ez egy e-feature, szóval elvileg nekünk ezzel nem lenne semmi több dolgunk. Nekem most ebből a legutóbbi e-mailből jött le az, hogy valami follow-up activity-t kell a résztvevőknek csinálni, de se a Valbóna, se a résztvevők semmit nem mondtak erről, úgyhogy gondoltam, meg fogom akkor kérdezni a Valbónát, hogy mesélje már el, hogy what the fuck, vagy hogy ezért most nekünk kell valami, nekünk ebben nem tudom motiválni a résztvevőket, vagy most mi van, mert nekem ez tök új ez az info, vagy van follow-up activity, Inkább nekem az a kérdésem, hogy sikerült a Valbónát kifizetni, mert én utána nem láttam e-mailezést ezzel kapcsolatban.
Ja, nem, azt még nem küldtem, de akkor utalom neki azt a 275-öt, jól elfelejtettem én is, mert ő se jelentkezett, aztán így ez kimarad. De
Ja, azért, mert akkor addig nem írnék neki, amíg nincs kifizetve, mert az lesz az első reakció, hogy de és hol van már a pénzem?
Figyelj, akkor én azt most átutalom, az azt jelenti, hogy hát Albánia az nem megy át így 1-2 nap alatt, mint az EU-n belül, de ilyen KED magasságára meg fogja kapni, akkor már
jó, figyelj, utald el, és akkor arra az e-mailre írjál neki, hogy akkor kifizettük.
Ja, jó,
vagy
akkor
valami, csak
hogy elutaltuk a izét, és akkor ott már, az már csak pár nap kérdése, hogy a számláján landoljon. Csak tudod, neki albán bankszámlája van, az meg nem megy át olyan gyorsan, mint az EU-n belül, mert az nem ez a SEPA utalás.
Jó. Oké. Akkor ezért kérdeztem, mert én is úgy éreztem, hogy valahol van valami még, ami lóg a levegőben.
Jó,
nekem nem írt, hogy
intézem,
mi van.
Ahogy
csak...
befejeztük,
jó,
és
király.
akkor
Akkor
van
ez
tudva.
volt. És hogyha van valami ez ügyben, akkor majd beszéljünk, szóljatok, hogyha még van valami kapcsolódás.
Nekem még az a kérdésem van, hogy de közben eszembe jutott, hogy valószínűleg én nem küldtem el a legutóbbi számlámat kifizetésre. Ez az volt, amit Tóth Bálint beszéltünk, hogy ez egy nagyobb összeg májustól mostanáig, ami összegyűjt.
Igen.
És hogy ott volt egy olyan kérdés még, hogy azt te megbeszéled Tamarával, hogy van-e most pénz a Unitednak engem kifizetni, és akkor az, hogy én valószínűleg kiállítottam a számlát, de nem küldtem el nektek, de hogyha most elküldöm, akkor van-e pénz arra?
Hát az a kérdés, mennyi a pénz?
Hát ez egy ilyen 1 millió valamennyi.
Azt ki tudjuk, van annyi. Most ilyen 30 000 eurónk van, és akkor úgy is várunk innen-onnan mindenféle.
Várunk pénzt, meg ma le akarunk hívni, mert látod az euró az
Igen, azt most akkor egybe intézem a Valbónával.
Király, köszi szépen.
Nagyon jó. Jó,
igen,
már
beszéltünk a Tamarával, csak nem jött a számla, úgyhogy ott én azóta kiestem agyilag ebből, de beszéltünk róla amúgy.
Igen, mert én aztán nem jött.
Igen, mert én azt akkor töltöttem ki, mielőtt állítottam ki, mielőtt elmentem Szavira, és szerintem letöltöttem a számlát, de nem küldtem el.
Jó, küld el, és akkor
most jutott eszembe.
Még egy kérdés, ha már beszélünk, hogy most nem értem ezt a szállást, nektek ott ki kellett Görögországba fizetni, vagy nem, mert levettek valami pénzt a kártyáról, de most én nem tudom, hogy az a szálláspénz volt az egész, vagy csak ilyen foglalás.
Nem, mert mi itt kellett kifizetni, és egyébként 900 valahány euró volt, úgyhogy remélem, hogy nem vettek le több szám.
Lehet, hogy azt csak így elkülönítették, hogyha lemondanák.
Ilyen biztosíték.
De akkor megnézem. Na, ezt akartam megkérdezni.
Ezt nézem.
Pattogni, hogy adják vissza azt a pénzt, amit
jó, mert ma még itt vagyunk, már holnap nem leszünk, úgyhogy ez jó, hogyha megkérdezem.
Jó, meg hát akkor, ha jövő héten az irodába találkozunk, akkor hozd a számlákat, mert akkor ezzel a 900 euró az elég szép, akkor azt gyorsan.
Igen, meg tudod, az olyan meeting, hogy magunknak fizetjük a kaját is, úgyhogy azért most így elköltöttem egy kicsit.
Hát igen, de azt mondom, ezt a szállást nem tudtam, mert valamit leemelt, és most nem tudtuk, hogy most akkor ezzel ki van fizetve, vagy az csak valami biztosíték, vagy mi a franc.
Lehet, hogy
pont erről nem beszéltünk a mai meetingben, pedig ez fontos kérdés, és ez ide tartozik, ez a napi díj történet, meg a visszatérítés, hogy gyűjtsétek a cetlikát, mert azt visszakapjátok a kajára, meg ilyenekre, ami
Hát mindenképp, igen.
Jó, csak ennyi.
Hát most az van, hogy nekem az volt a logikám, hogy, mert ugye még maradunk jövő hétig, de hogy most holnapig vagyunk itt a témban, a szálláson, tehát úgy gondoltam, hogy innentől kezdve meg már magunknak fogjuk fizetni, tehát azt nem fogom leadni nyilván a saját kis, nem tudom, koktélozgatásomat, de hogy ja, szóval, hogy gyűjtjük.
Jó, király.
És akkor Bálint, figyelj, ne felejtsd el, hogy fél óra múlva beszélünk a Tancsival.
Nem felejtem el, itt ülök az irodában, és várok rá. Tűkön ülök. Befejeztük egy óra alatt, de még a Krisztát vissza kell hívjam, nem ezt, aki itt van, Krisztát, hanem a Pap Krisztát, mert a follow-upja az IPEC-nek az 1 perc volt, úgyhogy meg kaját.
Jó, hát ez még fél óra múlva lesz, úgyhogy belefogok.
Ja, itt vagyok azért.
Na, jó van, oké, akkor megdomáltuk. Köszi szépen.
Köszi, szép napot, sziasztok.